Good evening, Greg here, burning at both ends, burning on the back end of Saturday. It's the 28th of July, 2018, 10:04 p.m. Pacific. And the weekends are all about family, so we had a great family day today. Spent a lot of time with the kids, with the missus. Ended up going into San Francisco for most of the day. Did a little cleanup in the morning. And we went to the ferry building, had some lunch, went to Yerba Buena Art Center, or the garden there. And there was some Afro-Cuban, I'm not sure how big the band was, but it was a pretty awesome band. Some Afro-Cuban music. It was fantastic. Got to lie in the sun, got to hang out, just relax a little bit, run around with the girls. And then, of course, we got some ice cream. It was a beautiful day in San Francisco. Usually it's a little chilly, but it was a gorgeous day. Absolutely gorgeous, nice and sunny. And, great time. Then came back and then, made some dinner, and everyone's to sleep, and now we burn. So, and I just want to talk a second about this morning's post about this kind of aspiring entrepreneur's quandary. I called it a dilemma first, but of course, the geek in me had to look up the word dilemma. Turns out that it means kind of like choosing between two really bad things, right? And so obviously not this decision-making process to join a startup or to create a startup and take the leap. Obviously is not, deciding between bad things. It's deciding between awesome things. And so quandary is a better description. There is no word that I could find that means deciding between two awesome things. And just a little bit as to where this comes from. So just finished up this I-Corps program, this 8-week training, lean startup model. We're learning about technology transfer and how to go out and talk to customers and find out what they need. So the customer discovery process. And so, one of the big things is at the end of the course, they pose the question, so are you guys ready to go and spin this out? And they want to hear more than just yes or no, right? They want to hear a good explanation, which makes sense. It's kind of part of the course, right? And so that's where this came from. So just to see other teams, a few folks came in already with the startup, and this was they were just going to build their, kind of customer database with this with the course. Others had to make a decision. My team is we're going to see if we can get to Europe, see if we can get to this conference. We'll learn a lot, and just take the next step. Not quite a startup, but definitely peeking around the corner, seeing what we can put together. So should be pretty cool. And so that's where that came from, because it really is, it's kind of a scary thing. And actually, and that was the comment of our of our industry mentor. So Alan, who is I'm not sure exactly how old he is, but he's certainly retired. Does a lot of consulting work, but his comments were, this thing is real. It looks like this thing is real, and he's like, and that's very scary. I think because he knows how daunting of a task it is to do what it would be to execute this business model. And it would be daunting, right? And as a matter of fact, this is interesting. So when I first started my aerospace business, well, actually before that, so this was 2008-ish, right? In September 2008 is when I committed to doing it, and then from September to end of December, I was prepping for it. And part of that prep was, I would go listen to talks, and I would just try to meet people. And I met this very successful, I think his last name was Clark, very successful building contractor. He had donated tens of millions to Johns Hopkins University, and I think it was Clark. And anyway, I saw him speak. I handwrote him a letter. I'm not sure if he was a billionaire at the time, but definitely very, very wealthy. And I just wanted to kind of say, hey, let me get some advice from a very seasoned businessman. And it's interesting, I think back to that discussion we had. So I guess he liked the handwritten letter, and I was invited in, and we sat down for a half an hour. I had no clue. This was how old was I? I don't know. This had been late 2008. So I was 31. And I had no idea what I was doing, to be honest with you. And sat down with this guy, and he explained how building a business from scratch is a daunting task. And he did describe how when he was first in his construction business, he was doing 16-hour days on a regular basis, and I almost like didn't believe it. And now that I look back, I should have really took his advice, or just really reflected on that as opposed to dismissing it. I think that's definitely one of the things I'm working on, and I've made a lot of progress with it. Is not dismissing some good advice from a seasoned person, because like, what did I know? So, but I remember that. That's very interesting. So, daunting task, and so that's where this aspiring entrepreneur's quandary came from. Just to see a whole bunch of folks go through that decision-making process, and myself included, and and assessing the team, assessing the opportunity. This is not a trivial task. Like I said, simple. Maybe it's simple because there's a process that one can follow, but it's not easy. So, but anyway, this is part of being an aspiring entrepreneur. At some point, you gotta jump onto some idea. You gotta jump onto something, make it work, right? Have success, build, right? Patience, persistence, the whole gamut there. So, anyway, but this is just stuff along my journey. So this I-Corps program, fantastic program. Day with the family, really enjoyed today. So tomorrow we got some more cleanup. We got a whole bunch of things going on tomorrow, but we got to pack because we're leaving on Monday for South Carolina, so that should be pretty awesome. See my folks. And I think that's it for tonight. So this channel is all about my journey as an aspiring entrepreneur, things I'm doing. The Success Journal, by the way, continues to crush it. So tomorrow I'll be copying over, but it'll be a little different because a vacation week. But I still have this HBD component in there that definitely I need to be checking in on. So we'll be doing that. And so subscribe if you like what you hear. I'd love to hear about your journey, what you're up to. If you got any questions, I'd love to help out. So I want to be of service. So if there's anything I can do, please let me know. And that's about it. So check out the description, a bunch of good stuff down there. Especially is the beat in the background. G Money's my alter ego. I write these drum beats. Check them out on SoundCloud. And still a couple hours to do some work tonight. Get some rest this weekend. Wake up tomorrow, inspire folks, light it up, do good things, and I will see you in the morning.